you so much. And
Yes.
and I also wanted to take this opportunity, PS, on trying to see how best we can engage our local community and our people. What has been with what has been presented to the nation, especially when we're looking at this proposal of constitution making process, especially on the delimitation of constituencies. I think it's high time we started educating our masses, as opposed to what most of the people are listening to, which is quite unfair. I think it would be prudent for people like you and me who've been members of parliament before, that understands the nitty-gritties and the challenges of having vast constituencies, but with a similar, or not even a similar, but with the same equitable amount of CDF that is being dispersed towards constituencies. I think it's truly unfair for people to be looking at different constituencies in an equilibrium, especially when it comes to the dispensation of these resources. How best can these other areas develop, if at all they are receiving the same amount of credit? So I think this is something that needs to go out there. Others are trying to take a different narrative to the masses out there to make it look like this is just a homegrown created scenario, or to create something that is hidden, when in actual fact we can simply explain to the masses for them to understand what is involved. Because if you look at Kasama Central, just Chilunga ward itself, one ward, if you look at the size of Chilunga ward, it's as big as Lusaka Central as a constituency, just the size of one ward. But if we're going to explain to the people that don't understand, who can't even variate between a constituency and the size of a ward, it'll be a great challenge. But if people like us go and speak out, because we know the geography, we understand the vastness of wards, and equally, if we say, can we have a delimitation, what would be the importance? So that's something that I wanted to share. Yes.
Yeah. No, Honorable Sampa, thank you very much. Most of the clauses that have been proposed, I looked at them, they are non-contentious. Non-contentious. Except that I think Zambian people, we've got this trend, like you said, where for as long as it is coming from government, it is always suspicious. People should learn to trust leadership. And the President Hakainde Hichilema has made it very clear that this process shall be as transparent as water itself, where you'll be able to look through and you'll be able to see from here to the end of the line. You see what has been outlined in terms of timetable, when this will happen, when that will happen, up to the conclusion of the matter. I say most of the, let me not say most, all of them, in my view, they are non-contentious issues. And particularly that they are not touching on the Bill of Rights. These are amendments that can be done on the floor of the House without even going anywhere, because people should be clever enough to understand that what is being proposed, it will just streamline the management of the issues, things in the country, enhancing democratization. Because what I see in there, if you talk about, for instance, the limitation, point you've touched. Let me see one MP who would say that is contentious and it is wrong. Now, because they can't see anything, any iota of wrong things in that, stories are flying around on social media. No, they want to increase the numbers of constituencies in one area than the other. It's a fallacy. But I don't blame them, because I think where they're coming from, they were so used to such kind of things. They will say it is almost 270 something thousand.
Correct.
But both constituencies, they receive the same amount. What type of development can you see on the other side? Here they can impact. So that is very important, Honorable, and we are dependent on you to go out there, explain to the people, let them understand what is contained and the true of Zambia. It is not for an individual, it is for the country. Sir, I salute you for coming and this exercise which you undertake.
Thank you, sir.
Please, in the north, we are open. Go anywhere.